like an NCCania? Present Little News Years.
Hey you! Are you 4? I am. And my name's Bram. And I'm 4.
And I'm Jake, Bram's dad. But some people call me BoxerBlu. Blah! And here is the news.
Well, hello there, everybody. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. It is Harry S. Truman's birthday.
Oh, Harry S. Truman, like the guy on Twin Peaks?
No. He was Harry S. Truman was our 33rd president of the United States. He was known for a couple of things. One is he was really involved with ending World War II. There was a bomb that was dropped that really ended it. But he also was involved with creating the United Nations.
The United Nations? What's that?
Oh, it's an organization where different countries, they try to work together for world peace.
Oh, I see.
Harry S. Truman also allowed, I think, about 200,000 refugees to come in after World War II, the immigrants.
Oh, refugee. I don't know what a refugee is.
Bram, a refugee is a person who has been in a war or something like that, and they have nowhere to go.
Oh, that's really great. So listen, I want to talk about like refugees. That's interesting and stuff. But I want to tell you about my project.
Bram, this is not the time.
Yes, it is. Let me tell you something. So the other day I was drinking sparkling water. You might know that I drink my dad's sparkling water sometimes. And I was eating a banana, and I had this idea. Why don't we make banana sparkling water?
Bram, yes. So basically, after the show, well, you can hear a little bit of it. We're going to go outside and we're going to set up a banana sparkling water stand.
Dad, you sound like you're really angry about it.
No, I'm not. Let's just get to the news, okay?
So our first story is all about crying.
Bram, are you really sad?
No, Dad. I'm just talking about people are saying that, like, a lot of important people are now starting to cry, not be afraid to cry, like Anderson Cooper on CNN, like he's crying about coronavirus, and Eric Garcetti from Los Angeles, he's the mayor of Los Angeles, he's been crying. The governor of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker, he was crying recently because his best friend's mom died.
Yes, for a long time, you might remember that I'm 251 years old, and I'm not really from this era anyway, but long story short, I don't remember anyone, a president, for example, crying.
Oh, Donald Trump, he doesn't cry. He actually said that he thinks that people are weak when they cry.
Okay. But the point is that leaders are for example, the head of Marriott, for example, he's crying. People are now expressing their feelings and crying.
Was it always like that?
No, the funny thing is, it used to be seen as a strength to cry in front of people, but for a long time, like back to the 1950s, the Leave It to Beaver times, let's say, the Leave It to Beaver times, the point is that it's okay to cry. I'm not afraid to cry at all. Douche.
Dad, I know last time you told me that you didn't want to talk about farting.
Yes, Bram, I don't want to talk about farting.
Well, there's a company that's pretty cool. It's called Mutrol.
Mutrol?
Yes, Mutrol. They're from Switzerland, and they're measuring cow farts.
Bram, if this is a joke...
No, it's not! So what they're doing is they're measuring cow farts. I feel kind of silly saying that, but it's true. They have a device. It's sort of like a grocery store scanner. Like they shoot like a green laser in the cow's eyes, and basically they're trying to change the cow's diet.
Diet?
Dad, diet's like what you eat, right?
Oh, yes.
And so one of the major reasons why we have climate change is we have so many methane gas emissions.
Bram, you got to break that down.
So methane's a gas, and it comes from, all kinds of things, but really it comes, in a big way from cows. We eat a lot of beef, like McDonald's, for example, serves, billions of people worldwide, right? So it makes a lot of farts from the cows that we eat.
Oh, Bram, this is kind of, I don't like this.
Yeah, so that's the idea. So this company, Mutrol, and other companies too, they're changing the diet. So Mutrol specifically, they're using like garlic and they're using citrus.
That stops the farting?
No, but it changes the amount of toxins.
Toxins?
We had that word before, Dad. Did you forget? Toxins are poisons.
Oh, this is very exciting.
Yes, it is.
Douche. So I've got a question for you, Bram, and everybody. Do dinosaurs swim?
Of course they don't. Everyone knows dinosaurs don't swim.
Well, Bram, some paleontologists think that some rare dinosaurs actually did swim.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yes, there's a dinosaur. It was called the Spinosaurus. It was discovered in Morocco.
Ooh, Morocco. Is that near location?
Actually, it's not near any of the caves.
Oh.
Yes, so this dinosaur is 40 feet long. It lived about 95 million years ago, and it was kind of a combination of an eel and a lizard, if you want to think of it like that, like a gigantic eel/lizard.
Oh, that sounds scary. And Zusania, do you have people like that too?
I don't want to talk about that, Bram. So the other thing that I would say is the reason why scientists really think that it could swim is its tail. It had a very, very powerful tail.
Not unlike the box fish we talked about.
I guess that's true. Douche.
So here's a question for you, Dad, and everybody. There are how many continents in the world? Did you guess 9? 9 is wrong. There are 7!
Bram, are you trying to act like Dolores?
No. So there are 7 continents, and how many of them have frogs?
Oh, frogs. Frogs are in like warm places, right? So I would guess 6. I wouldn't count Antarctica there.
That's a funny thing, Dad. They just discovered frog fossils in Antarctica. They're 40 million years old. They were on a Seymour Island in Antarctica. If you don't know where Antarctica is, find a globe, please. Oh, wait.
Bram, we don't have time to wait.
So it's the bottom of your map or your globe, right? All the way in the South Pole, right? That's Antarctica, right? So they discovered that there were frogs there.
Bram, how is that possible?
Well, a long time ago, Dad, things were very different, right? The whole world, all the continents were together in a big supercontinent.
Oh, you mean Pangea, right?
Yes, it was called Pangea, and then it split into 2 other parts.
And what are those parts called, Bram?
Well, we call those parts Laurasia and Gondwanaland.
Gondwanaland. Why do they call it that, Bram?
It's a good question, Dad. I don't really know. But the point is that they found frog fossils there that they're very similar to a frog that lives in Chile right now. So it's pretty interesting. So, a long time ago, there were frogs, the same kind of frogs that pretty much everywhere. That's what they think. By the way, the helmeted water toad is the toad that I'm talking about.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Douche.
Dad, I have kind of a gross question.
Yes?
Where does our poop go?
Bram, let's not talk about that.
No, I'm just curious. We're all pooping, and there's a toilet. I understand it goes down, but where did it go?
So, Bram, for those of you who are teachers, we have a little lesson plan that was prepared that talks about this question. So that's at littlenewsears.com if you don't know. But anyway, the poop goes down and it gets treated. Treated? It means like chemicals and things. They clean it out and they make the water nice. Does that make sense? And they use parts of the water for plants and all kinds of things.
Oh, okay.
Bram, why are you asking?
Well, I was thinking, we don't know how many people have coronavirus, right?
Yes.
So what if they were examining people's poop?
Bram, that's exactly what some scientists are thinking about doing. They've done that for many years, looking at polio, right?
Polio?
Yes, polio is a very serious virus that can be vaccinated against. It's been basically taken away worldwide. It's very dangerous. And since the coronavirus is so hard to see, right? You can be sick for 2 weeks and nobody knows you're sick, but you can actually see the coronavirus or something related to its RNA.
RNA?
RNA is, let's say it's like DNA.
DNA?
Oh, we talked about that a couple times, Bram. DNA is like your genes, what makes who you are.
Oh, yeah.
So your poop, and the scientific word for poop is feces, by the way.
Oh, feces! I like that. I'm going to use that word today.
So anyway, you can look at the feces, and you can see if coronavirus is there. That's the idea anyway.
Oh, that's exciting. So maybe we could solve the problem even faster.
Exactly.
Okay, everybody, so this is the first time we've done our show outside, so we're gonna go outside, and I've got my little seltzer water here, and I've got some bananas, and I've got a blender, and I've got a little sign.
Bram, I think you're selling it for a little too much.
I think it's the right price. It's banana sparkling water for $10. Here we go.
We'll see you next time. This is to be continued.
Thanks for listening to Little News Ears. Remember, as you get older, the news will get older too.
That's right. So when you become 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, the news will change with you.
Oh, I know that. Bye.
Do you want this week's news? Go to littlenewsears.com.
Don't forget to check out our videos on youtube.com and our teacher lesson plans and more on littlenewsears.com. May your sweetness shine
And your colors glow. Blah!
Sources for today's broadcast include the New York Times, Popular Science, and Nature.com.